There's a crazy phenomenon with the internet, with this wacky cyberspace, where the smallest interaction ever can change someone's life. Like, I'm talking about a single sentence sometimes leading to an entire career and changing the trajectory of someone's destiny. I think the best example of this is Danielle Bregoli. She had a viral segment on Dr. Phil back in like 2015, and it ended up with her saying, "Cash me outside," and people memed it. Those memes became extremely popular, thus Danielle Bregoli became extremely popular, and now fast forward to today, she has a multi-million-dollar career that all started because of that meme. One sentence. It's just so interesting how something as small as that can lead to an entire career. But it's not a guarantee. This isn't like a formula everyone can follow. Even if you succeed at becoming a meme, you might not necessarily get like a long-lasting career from it. You might just get 15 minutes of fame. This formula shits more often than it hits. Another great example of that is there was a viral meme a couple years back with the "You're Breathtaking" guy, where at a video game conference, Keanu Reeves was on stage, the word breathtaking got used, and then someone in the audience shouted, "You're breathtaking." Using advanced DARPA technology and the CIA's latest and greatest, people were able to identify the gamer. And the gamer tried to use this to his advantage to make a career out of it, so he started making content, and this became his entire branding as the "You're Breathtaking" guy. It was like his whole fucking catchphrase, like he was like Tony the Tiger with Frosted Flakes. It became a core part of his identity. He would just spam the word breathtaking, saying things like "stay breathtaking" and all of that. And unlike in Danielle Bregoli's case, people abandoned him. It didn't stick with him. People didn't continue to support it. He tried to ride that wave, but unfortunately the surfboard slipped out from under him and he just ate shit in the rip current. He did not blow up like Danielle Bregoli did, despite doing pretty similar things in terms of trying to ride the meme. So it doesn't always work, but when it does, I find it to be extremely interesting. Right now, we're witnessing someone else attempt a similar thing, where they've become a meme, and now they have gone fucking elbow deep into that butthole here, putting all their eggs in that basket to try and ride that meme to a long-lasting, multi-million-dollar career from it. I'm talking about the Hawk Tuah girl.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Hawk Tuah and spit
No,
on
like-
it. Spit on it.
I'm sure most of you watching this have seen this clip. Right now, the Hawk Tuah girl is more popular than Jesus Christ. More people know her name than their own parents' name at this point. She has blown up because of that clip right there. And really, it's an entertaining clip. I see why it became popular. I get it. You know, who doesn't want to giggle at someone saying, "Hawk Tuah, spit on penis," you know, laughing at, like, you know, sloppy wiener spit, whatever. I get it. Like, it's not like I'm an old man shaking my fist on the lawn trying to figure out why shit's popular. I get it here. But this became so popular that it actually boggles my noodle a little bit. It blew up in such a way that I haven't really seen before, where almost immediately she was invited to like a Zach Bryan concert where she was on stage. She then started getting invites to every podcast that's ever been made. I imagine it was probably like that scene out of Harry Potter when the owls just kept shooting new letters through the fucking front of the door with podcast invites for the Hawk Tuah girl. So now she's been going on like the world tour of podcasts. She even mentioned on one of the podcasts that she's already quit her job.
I've been dropped out of school for like a year or two.
Okay, so this was like
But I don't quit my job. I said peace.
So now is like you're gonna go to LA, you're gonna go to New York.
Oh yeah.
Do you think you see yourself like starting your own type of like show or podcast, or are you just gonna be like an internet personality?
I think we're gonna do like a show, and then we're just gonna be like on a bunch of podcasts and everything else in between.
Cool.
But-
So kind of just figuring out as you go.
Oh yeah, there's more to come. Don't worry. There's more to come.
Like, she has the whole team. It's so
Right.
crazy. It happened. The internet is insane. Your
Oh,
life
yeah.
changed overnight.
It really did.
Yeah,
For sure.
She quit that job so fast. It feels like the second her meme hit 1 million views, she just turned in her 2 weeks notice and said, "Fuck it, I'm out. I'm a meme now. I'm better than this. You're beneath me." And she just walked right out the doors. And it's not that I don't respect the hustle here. Like, I get it. Like, you, in life, you're only given so many opportunities to try and make, like, the dream career happen for you. And this is definitely a gateway. Like, it certainly could be. But man, she is fucking speedrunning the entire online content creator roadmap here. The only thing she's missing right now is making a dog shit rap song, which I do think is probably only a month or so away. You'll notice that in that interview, she said we instead of just referring to herself alone. And that's because she's already got a team behind her. This isn't some kind of Gollum and Schmeagol situation where she's referring to herself as we. She already has people around her working on making a whole career out of this. That is just so fascinating to me that all of a sudden, overnight, with a single sentence, she is now already going down this path in life to try and make it work. And it might work, it might not, maybe it fumbles, maybe it flops, maybe it pops. There's no real way to know for sure. But I do want to pop a finger in my butt and pretend to be Nostradamus here for a second. I'm going to make a prediction. She's going to release a rap song in the next month. It's going to have Hawk Tuah as like a hook. I don't know what it's going to be called. Maybe the fucking Hawk Tuah Electric Slide Part 3. I have no clue. But I am confident that she is going to make a song in the next month. Mark my fucking words. Put it down. Etch it on the tablets right now. I'm going to look like a prophet here, even though I feel like most people are probably predicting the same thing. Because she's right now going through that stage where every creator does, where they start doing podcasts, they start talking about making shows. I don't know what kind of show she's going to try and make out of just that one single sentence. Like, that seems like a really hard thing to turn into a show. I'm very curious to see what that's about, but she's already getting the full content creator experience because she's already found herself in 2 controversies. So the first one was actually with politics. So on that podcast, she got asked a question about who she would spit on the dick for. Like, who she would Hawk Tuah on, basically. And one of the people that she was asked if she would basically suck the cock of was Donald Trump. And this is what she said.
I have a game that I want to play with you guys.
That makes me
It's
nervous.
not that scary, I promise. It's called Hawk Tuah or Nah. And you tell me if you want to Hawk Tuah on that thing or no.
Okay.
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 I think you might. Are you into like older guys?
For sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, my phone's not loading. Donald Trump.
No, absolutely not.
No.
It's a no from me.
Okay, it's no.
In a shock to absolutely no one, this created a bit of a shitstorm for the Hawk Tuah girl because they viewed it as very disrespectful to Donald Trump. So because she said that she wouldn't gargle his fucking meat, they thought that this was like an unforgivable sin. There were tweets going on about how disappointed they were that the Hawk Tuah girl turned out to be a wokie and shit like that. There are other tweets that splice this up a little more nefariously where they cut off the part about it being about blowjobs and basically saying Donald Trump, and then it cut to her saying no. So it cut out all of the context, which then deceived people even further where they're like, oh, okay, what the fuck is that? Wait, okay, this is disgusting. They thought they had us. They really thought we were going to fall for the Hawk Tuah girl, but we knew this whole time this was all a play from the Skibbity Biden camp to fucking brainwash us and fool us all. We knew we couldn't trust the Hawk Tuah girl, which then led to her second controversy where a lot of people are claiming she's an industry plant because she got so big so quick, and that clip, that little section there got taken in so many different ways that they think that this is some kind of political push, and that's what her whole motive is behind being as big as she is now. It's all artificial to promote Donald Trump's opponent, Mr. Biden. Mr. Biden. But you know what I mean. To promote Joseph over there. And so basically, they're now accusing her of being an industry plant. Now, industry plants are a real thing. That's not a conspiracy. There are actual industry plants in a lot of different places. That is a legitimate thing. In her case, I personally don't think so. This really seems like a classic internet case of latching onto something really silly, and the person that was responsible for making the silly thing happen is trying to capitalize off of that 15 minutes of fame and trying to make something from it. So she's doing, and her team is doing everything they can to keep her in like the mainstream consciousness, because in the current climate of the cyberspace, it is a complete uphill battle to stay on the tip of people's tongues because everything changes so quickly. People don't even remember what was talked about 3 hours ago. Everything moves like at breakneck pace. It's cutthroat. So they know that. She knows that. So she's going on podcasts, going on stage, really trying to keep the Hawk Tuah alive, just putting more wood on the fire to keep it burning. I don't think she's an industry plant. I really think this is just a classic case of someone trying to ride that meme and make a career out of it. But anyway, what I really wanted to focus on today is just how interesting this is. Because memes come and go. Meme life cycle nowadays is only like a few hours. But sometimes you have a rare example like Hawk Tuah here, where it does last a little bit longer. And in cases like that, the person behind it really does try and strive to make a career out of it because it is such a good opportunity to do so. I would say most of the time it doesn't work, but sometimes it does. And when it does, it is a life-changing experience. Like for her, it already is life-changing. She quit her job. It seems like she's got a lot of money on the table for some of these appearances. If they're making a show, if she's getting paid to make the show, it seems like already her whole life has changed almost overnight. And this meme's only like a week or so old, if that. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I really do just find it super interesting. That's about it. So yeah.